What's me too, Capital G here. Got a couple of interesting duels involving BLS, and the matchups are going to be quite unique. You're going to see a couple of decks that you don't see a lot of meta play. This deck, honestly, down here at the bottom, I'm not even sure what to really classify this as. I mean, you look at the opening hand, you see some True Dracos, you see some Metaphors, you've got a Fluffle Bear in there, which probably means this guy is running Toy Vendor as well. And then if you look on top of his deck, he's got Abyss Actors in this bitch as well. So I don't know what the hell this deck exactly is, but you know what? He's bringing it to the table. And then at the top, we have BES, which I talked about. Excuse me, BLS. Did I just say BES? That's a completely different archetype. So we've got BLS. I'm going to go ahead and roll this. I think that True Dracos are at first. Actually, hold on. You know, for a second, I think I get what he does, right? I think he plays Toy Vendor and he tributes it for the True Draco monsters, and then he can activate the Toy Vendor effect. So that's actually kind of nifty. He's going to set that Toy Vendor, and no, he's going to pop it with Diagram. So he can tribute it or he can pop it, I guess. He gets Fluffle Dog, which makes a lot of sense. He's going to pop Fluffle Dog, and I believe he's playing Disciples. He's going to summon, Tribute Summon. And this is one of the weird True Dracos that you don't really see a lot. This is Dryeth 3. I don't know if that's Dryeth. It's probably Dryeth the 3rd. But anyways, he's going to pop that with his Metaphors monster. He has 2 Pendulum Scales. He's going to summon again. He goes for Beatrice. He drops a Toy Vendor in the graveyard, so second Toy Vendor. And I guess you could say that this is kind of like a Link format duel. I mean, yes, he does have Pendulums in the Pendulum Zones, which don't exist anymore, but technically they could be on the outside. He's going to summon Blackluster Soldier. He's going to run over Lady B. He is going to do that burn damage, and let's exactly see where he's going to go from here. Activates Universal Beginning just to get a BLS. I don't really think that that was necessary. He could have used that at any given point. I believe that he's going to Fusion there, because you see he searched Metaphors Fusion. He's going to do a Pendulum Summon from the hand and a lot of monsters. He's going to activate Metaphors Fusion to get Mithrium, and I think this is where BLS is going to get bounced, and now he has an open field, and I have to say, an open field and the BLS archetype is really just, it's a scary thing. Now this is interesting. He used the Mithrium for Edge Imp Cotton Eater. Now I think he actually reduced his damage a little bit, but he was able to replace the Mithrium with the Metaphors Volflame. So I think he reduced his damage a little bit, but overall I'm not sure if it was actually that much. I don't think it was honestly that much. Then you see in main phase 2, he's going to go for Red Eye's Flare Dragon. He's going to activate Gateway to Chaos, and as good as Flare Metal Dragon is, being able to do some burn damage, it really just can't stand up to the Blackluster Soldier, Super Soldier. I mean, has 200 more attack, and it's just gonna die. So he's gonna put the Metaphors Fusion back in his deck. Got himself a copy of Fight for Patchwork. I believe he's gonna summon that True King, if I'm not mistaken. He tributes his Metaphors combination, which started to make sense why he runs those True Dracos in here, guys. He has so many different spells and traps that he can trigger when he sends them to the graveyard. The Metaphors cards, obviously, he can tribute those, and he can tribute his Toy Vendor as well. Now, he wasn't able to actually close the game out here because when the BLS does die, it's able to get a Gaia straight from the deck. So that is able to block an attack. Now, I wasn't really sure about this fusion monster right here, Adamante. I don't really know that it doesn't really do him much good, because if he can't stop that Super Soldier from running something over, the burn damage that he's going to take is actually just going to end the duel, and that's exactly what happens here. You always have to keep yourself protected from Super Soldier, because even though it's only 3,000 attack, your opponent does usually run monsters that can increase its attack, and then it obviously does have the burn damage. So that's duel number 1. And then the second one is against a another very unique deck. It's against Cyber Cubics, and yeah, at first I was like, what the fuck is Cyber Cubics? But a lot of the good Cubic monsters are machine. Duja is the main one that you want to normal summon. So you see right here, he's going to normal summon Duja, gets cubic, unification, and the grave. He's going to activate Transmodify. Then he's going to get a couple of Galaxy Soldiers on the field, and he's able to go straight into a Cyber Dragon Infinity. And what's really cool is he actually has the Duja at like 4,000 attack, and it looks like he almost won the game here in one big push. Almost. I believe he's going to get him down to like 300 light points. At this point, I was like, yo, I think the game is actually over. He's going to activate Gateway of Chaos. That's going to get him to Super Soldier Origin. Now, he does not negate with the Cyber Dragon Infinity. I think that that is kind of understandable, because if he did negate, he could have, you know, got wrecked by Regeki or Dark Hole or something like that. But I guess at the same time, if you don't negate, then you lose your Cyber Dragon Infinity to the Blackluster Soldier. So I guess it could be a really bad situation either way. Just keep in mind, I mean, he had so many cards in his hand when he activated the Super Soldier Origin, so might be kind of difficult to negate it, but you do know it's probably going to summon a monster that is big enough to kill the Cyber Dragon. So he's going to run over the Cubic monster as well, the Duja. He's going to use that Envoy of Chaos, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to probably get banished during the end phase. He summons another copy of Duja, which gets another Foolish Burial. That's Cubic Wave, is it not? That is Cubic Wave that gets dropped into the graveyard. And both players are actually kind of down. Now, I would say that Cyber Repair Plant, probably not the best top deck. He needed something way better. He negates the effect of the BLS, but it's just not going to do him any good. He's going to go for some style points here. He's going to summon not one, but two different BLS monsters during the same turn. If only he had Dimensional Barrier, right? If only he had Dimensional Barrier. He could have flipped it over, called Ritual, and he would have lived to see another day. But definitely some interesting decks taken on BLS. If you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comment section below, or just thumbs up the video. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already.